Okay, welcome back. We've already covered our pre-production and again, organization and planning. What you have to do for your projects is I want a short treatment or a short paragraph of, again, the story you're going to tell, what you're going to accomplish. And I want a shot list of the roadmap of the shots you think you need to tell your story. And again, this is done before you start production, not after for the grade type of thing. We always have students that will do pre-production after just for the grade, so they just didn't plan anything. So you've done all this planning and pre-production. Now it's time to go on location. You're looking at your schedule and where you're supposed to be and what time. What kind of equipment do you need? You have your equipment list. What camera do you have? What lights do you need? What media? Everything you need. You know, you did this planning up here. It's time to do production and go on location. So you got to know if you need video. You need to know if you're audio. And I shouldn't use the term shooting anymore, just because my funny story on the term shooting is this is way before where we're at in society, and I had to go down and videotape at the Grand Island Heritage Zoo. Just got a brand new bald eagle display, and if you've ever been to the zoo in the middle of a winter, it's pretty quiet. And I walk into the main office, and I didn't have my camera or anything, and there's 3 people sitting there, and I say, I'm here to shoot the eagle. They all looked at me, and it's like, I mean, it was funny, the look on their faces. They didn't think it was very funny. And it's like, no, I made the mistake, and you know, I wasn't there to shoot the eagle. I was there to take video of the eagle. Sorry about the dorky story, but that's what happens. And again, if you're not a good planner or an organizer, you can get in a lot of trouble here, or you lose money in your budget because you got to come back and do more here. I've actually been to shoots where the worst one ever was I forgot my camera. I got a half hour away from the TV station. I was there to meet a regional client, and my camera was still in my closet at work. That when I loaded the gear, I just wasn't paying attention that day. Totally my fault, but you look really bad to your client showing up. And we only lost about 15 minutes because I called my boss. He met me halfway, and we got shooting. But again, we were working for a regional client that was paying us pretty good money to shoot like a year's worth of video that they would be using with the client they were working with. Again, so directing is very important at this point because you made the schedule in your pre-planning, and you know, if you're not keeping things moving and staying on schedule, it starts messing up some of your planning. You know, so it's very important to have somebody that's in charge and to keep things going and direct. Okay, tracking progress. You know, you have the shot list. What did you shoot? At the TV station I worked at, you know, I would not have a good blocked out script, or I would have my script and I'd be sitting there going through it. I'd do the shot, I'd do the shot, I'd do the shot, flip through it, do the shot, do the shot. Then I'd get back to the station and we'd go through and I wouldn't have half the shots I needed. So we'd go back on a second day, a third day, and get all the shots we were missing. If we would have been really organized up here, we would have made more money on the project, because instead of shooting 3 days, maybe it was a day and a half to 2 day shoot, and we would have got everything, and we wouldn't have to go back and waste the time. Okay, and again, directing is important. Somebody needs to be in charge. We always do case studies with students, and we used to do 2 case studies a year, and I always had one group that was very successful and one group that just failed. And what happened was I had a leader of one group, and I had people that were willing to follow and do their jobs in that group. In the other group, I had this happened every year, was I would have 5 people that all wanted to be the director. So they all wanted to be in charge, and they didn't have enough workers. And so the person that was supposed to be in charge couldn't get the other people to do their jobs because they wanted to be in charge. So you got to remember the production field is a top-down field. The director's in charge. You need to do your job so things run smoothly. You're not there just to sit around and talk to people. There are times you're going to be able to learn off things, but look for your areas where you're going to learn, and then again, do your job as you move up. The best way to move up is do a really good job at what you're doing, and prove to people that you're really good, and where they come to you for things. Okay, so again, this is on location and everything you're going to be working on. Okay, so that's the production process. And again, if you do a really great job in your planning and pre-production, production goes really good. Let's say up here we didn't plan the equipment we needed right, or the talent we needed, and then this part doesn't go as good. Okay, so that's our production process. We go on location, we actually videotape, or not videotape, but we record everything we need in the field, and then we'll go into the next process in the post-production process. So that's the end of our production. And again, it is getting everything you need in telling your story, putting your commercial together, putting your short movie together, putting your long featured movie together. Okay, you will do all of this stuff. You're going to do your short treatment, you're going to do your shot list, and then you're going to come down here and you're going to do what you wrote about here. So you will go on location. Lighting we're not going to do, but you will do video, you will do audio, you're going to direct, you're going to kind of track of where things are. So that's your production process.